I'm behind on a lot of things in the garden, and in other ways I see ways I'm not. And so I'm just trying to take a deep breath and just enjoy the process and not have like artificial timelines on myself. Because if I'm stressed out, I'm not going to enjoy the process, and that kind of steals my joy. So I don't want to do that. So, anyway, so I guess what I'm trying to get at is I feel a little overwhelmed with the amount of work. And so I made a list. I made a list. So, because if I can see, I know I'm getting things done, but there is something about having something written down that you can check off and say, I did that. I completed that. Not to say I won't have to do it again, because pruning tomatoes and tying them up and all the things, I mean, that's an ongoing job, but at least I can say I got that done. So for me, it's Brandy here. Welcome to Sewing Back. I'm in the front yard. um, it is very breezy and windy today. We're expecting some more storms later this afternoon into the evening. We have had some really heavy rain the last several days, and I've kind of had to try to garden in things in between when I can. I've been finding that if I come out first thing in the morning after I do like chicken chores and stuff and the dogs, and get in the garden and just do little things at a time, trying to chip away at the list, it feels like it's a list that is never ending because it's garden season. And see, back over there, those are 3 of my new garden beds. I actually purchased them a while back on Amazon. They're just they're not one of the big name companies. They're not as well made as like a Vega bed or the Virgo beds. They're also nowhere near the same price tag. So they're just some of the silver metal beds that you can get on Amazon. There's several different ones, but one of them was a closeout. It's kind of a square, and I can't remember exactly what I paid because it's been a while. They've been sitting in my garage needing to be built, and so I asked my 17-year-old, he was asking me how could he help me for Mother's Day and stuff like that, and I said, if you would build those beds, that would be great. So he built those up for me over the weekend, and then 2 of them are similar to the smaller ones I have, except they're longer, and they came in a 2-pack, and they were on special. So we couldn't have built those beds cheaper than what I got them on Amazon, so I just went ahead and got them. And I have plenty of space in the back garden where we've extended it, and so I just kind of have to figure out where I might want to put them. I think they're 6 foot by 3 foot, if I remember right. And then this was the standalone. And this is one I'm really thinking about doing an herbal garden where it's all medicinal herbs. But I'm still working through that in my head. But anyway, I wanted to show you what these look like. So it is very windy on this day, like unusually cool. I don't think it got out of the low 60s. And I am working to get these beds into the new extended area of the garden. And I'm so excited because I found that the square bed really fits well over that tree stump. Okay, so something else we get to cross off our list. We got it back here. So now I am going towards the list of pruning the tomatoes. These are my Cherokee purples, and as you can see, I have tomatoes already on these plants, and boy did I have a lot of suckers. But suckers equal more plants. You just have to put them in some water and root them, and then you can plant them. Okay guys, you may think that's harsh. I took a lot off of these plants. I mainly want this main leader going up, and you've got to watch those suckers because they will take over. And you don't get the airflow that you need. Like I said, in our area, it gets really hot and humid. Even though today would not be a hot and humid day. So a couple of these got kind of bigger than they should have. I should have been better on top of it. So I've gotten these two, just off of these two Cherokee purples. And I think I've gotten all the suckers off of them. That's a lot of tomato propagations. So that I can start really healthy other succession plant tomatoes. And that is a great way to do it. It's a great way to get a lot of bang for your buck, particularly if you have indeterminate tomatoes. If you have determinate tomatoes, I'm not pruning any. I don't have very many determinate tomatoes. I have a couple in the front garden, and I'm not pruning them. I'm also not going to prune my cherry tomatoes. I didn't find that to work out real well in years past, so I'm just going to let them do what they want to do. But that's essentially, what you want to do with your tomato plant, whether it's in a bed, if it's in the ground, if you have it in a bucket. It is beneficial to prune it. Indeterminate will go until the first frost or disease takes it. So when you prune, by putting them in water and allowing them to take up roots, they will root. If you lose your plant, you'll have another plant to put in its place. So I just think it's kind of a win-win. So I've got 3 more of these to do, and then I'm gonna go up front. I'll meet you up front, and we will tackle trying to cut out that gardenia bush. Y'all, I was just gonna prune the 5 Cherokee purple. I pruned all of them. All my indeterminate tomatoes in the back have been pruned, and I have one that looks kind of sickly. So I'm watching it, but it'll be okay because I have lots of propagations that I'm starting here that I should be able to replace it if it is. Some of the ones I got, these are Lemon Boys in the jug here. I have Big Daddy. Big Daddy is a hybrid I picked up. I have some Jubilee, and then in the back are Cherokee Purples. And the only ones I didn't prune were the ones that, like the Dr. Witchies, they're just too small. They're not ready to be pruned yet. And so I just got those in earlier this week. But yes, this was a huge accomplishment. And so now it is almost 5 o'clock, but I'm going to go attempt to cut the gardenia out and at least get that part of that project started. I am so thankful that once I started going with this, I just kept working towards it. It's a nice day. This needed to be done really bad. I didn't realize how bad it was until I started getting into them. So, yeah, and I have lots of tomatoes on the vine. So, and now I have lots of airflow for my plants. So hopefully that'll keep them healthy and well. And I'm honestly not sure about this Jubilee. I don't know if it's an heirloom. I got it at one of these sales, and I honestly don't know much about it. I've never grown it. So I've propagated, I'm putting it in water to root it, and we'll see what we get. I don't think all these will turn out to be healthy plants, but some of them will. And these were plants I already paid for, or I started. Some of these I started. Most of them I paid for because I killed the majority of my tomato plants. And this is a great way when you are thinking about buying tomato plants, buying ones you like, let them grow a little bit, and then get some, and you can do staggered planting. That's another way to do it to make your money go a little bit further. So anyway, I'm excited to see about these Big Daddy being an F1 hybrid. Real interested. This has been a pretty healthy plant. So I only have one, and now I've got all these cuttings, and you saw those other beds, so I'm imagining some of those beds are probably going to have tomatoes in them. Anyway, let's get to the gardenia so that we can call it a day. And thank goodness it's turkey tacos, and it's just a reheat. I've already cooked all my meat and stuff and froze it, and it's thawed, so it'll be an easy dinner tonight. And I'm glad, because I'm tired and working hard. And yes, I still have all these to pot up, but you know what, I'll make a list and we'll work on this maybe tomorrow. So that's all you can do, checking off the list. So now we finally make it to the front garden bed. It has been a long day. I have worked many hours in the back garden, even in the front garden with the pepper planting early this morning, but now it is time to get rid of my gardenias. You may see green and think, why are you cutting down these plants? They're green. They are honestly coming up from the bottom. They are brown. They are dying. These should be fully in bloom, and they need to come out. It's time for them to go. I have a new plan, and I am very excited. My sons have already dug out the stumps in here. We've had rain, so I haven't been able to pressure wash. I'm waiting to do that. And once I do that, I have soil to put in these beds, and I have the plants ready to go so I can finish another project on another day's list. Okay, guys, I got it done. There's still a few little weeds I need to get out, and I've got to move this off to my composting area. I'm gonna let the boys dig up the roots. My back's about had it today. I've been bent over doing all the things, but my list, I don't know if I have I think I left my list. Oh no, here it is. I thought I left it in the back garden. Okay guys, so my list said move new beds to back garden. Check, we've got that, and we actually have a plan. Plant hot peppers. Now I didn't do that with you on camera. I did that first thing this morning, and I got all of them planted where I had bed space available in the front garden. I have a few left that I want to put in some planters and stuff, but I don't have soil for that right now, so I'm calling that a check, because I planted the best that I had, and it's a lot of them. I got a lot of hot peppers in the front garden. I was only going to prune my Cherokee purples. I pruned all of my indeterminate tomatoes with the exception of a couple that I just planted that are too small. And I worked to get the dead gardenias out of this front bed. Maybe we could like pressure wash that thing before we plant it up. It looks like it could use it. But that'll have to be another day. It's starting to sprinkle. Whew. I'm wore out, y'all. But I'm thankful. This was very productive, and this is going to be my way forward, as I'm going to make me a post-it note, and I'm going to try to complete each post-it note. And so if you are like I am and you're feeling a little overwhelmed by the workload, make a list. Make a list that is doable. Like, don't make yourself some crazy list, that where you're not going to succeed. Set a goal that you can obtain, but that's still a goal. And then I can throw this in the trash. This is done. And I can make a new list for tomorrow of, okay, what's the next thing? And it just makes things a little bit more bearable and in smaller pieces. So anyway, I hope that encouraged you. I have to say this has encouraged me, and I thank you for hanging around with me, for watching the video, and particularly those of you who are subscribers to the channel and faithful to the channel. Thank you so much. It's very encouraging. It's a lot of work making a YouTube channel and there's a lot of learning curves, and it takes a lot of time, and I've enjoyed doing this. I like doing it, but it is challenging, and sometimes it's very discouraging. And so because a lot of it, there's not really a rhyme or reason to some of this stuff. So but I plug forward, I keep going, and I want you to know I really do appreciate you guys. I appreciate you ones who comment and give me good suggestions and feedback, or even criticism. It's okay to criticize as long as we do it, nicely. Sometimes criticism, helps answer questions and things that maybe we didn't know, and so I appreciate all of it. And if you're new here and you've watched a couple videos and you're liking what you see, we would love for you to subscribe to the channel. It helps us grow our platform. It helps YouTube to see that what we're doing is valuable. I'm getting close, very close, and probably by the time this one is up, I will be over the threshold of over 300 videos. And that's before 300 videos, and I started last year, June 1st. I had a couple videos that we had done garden tours the summer before, but it wasn't to me, it wasn't like a real thing. So I'm sure there's a couple of those that are included in that, but that's a tremendous amount of videos and things that I have done this year. It's a lot of work, and I'm proud of it. I'm proud of all I've learned and what I continue to learn. And so anyway, thank you. And with that, I'm gonna go get cleaned up so I can cook dinner, and probably gonna be putting ice on my back. So I'll see you next time. Bye.